Hi there. This week I'm making bird feeders. The form is a wide bowl with a central open cone shape. Once finished and fired, I can hang the bird feeder by stringing rope through the center and tying a knot to secure the feeder. I can hang this from a tree or balcony. I've prepared 1.5 kilos of clay. I'm using a rich mid-fire clay that will fire to a dark mahogany color. So I throw down the clay and start to center. Now I'll flatten the clay quite wide. I'm thinking about the width of the bird feeder, but I'm leaving about a quarter of the clay in the center. So with the 3/4 of the clay on the outside, I'm pushing the clay out into a shallow bowl. And with the clay left in the middle, I'm going to push down into the center of the clay. I'm pushing through all the way to the wheel head. Now I'm pulling up clay to form the inner wall. I'm after quite a tall cone, so I bring quite a bit of clay up to the height I'm after. So now I have the height, I'm going to start collaring in. That is, I'm gently squeezing the cone inwards towards the top. I do this as many times as I need to get the right shape. So it's actually a tall, narrow funnel shape I'm creating. As I collar in to make the neck narrower, I occasionally have to thin the clay out a little in the neck by pulling the clay up. Now I'm refining the shape of the neck with my flexible rib. Now I'm ready to trim around the base. And wire through. And then I dry these to leather hard. I'm going to make a second bird feeder with a slightly bigger base and a longer neck. I'm zooming through this super quickly as it's pretty much the same as the last bird feeder, but use it as a recap of the steps involved. experimenting with the length of the neck and the size of the bowl here because I have a feeling it'll affect the functionality of the bird feeder and the stability once it's hanging. So I'm going to let these dry. At this time of year it might take a couple of days to a week. So these are ready to trim now, and I'm using a chuck to hold the feeder. The trimming for this form is super simple. I start with the inside, trim over the whole base, and trim the outside edge and round it. As you can see, I have to remove the trimmings from the inside as I go. So this shape is almost impossible to trim without a chuck, and it's a pretty useful thing to have ready to go. If not, you can make a chuck at the same time as you make the feeder form. And that's it. Our bird feeder is finished. A quick sponge to remove any marks from the chuck, and it's ready to dry and bisque fire. I love the colour of this clay unglazed, so I'm just glazing the feeding area. I've used a matte white glaze that will contrast with the rich colour of the feeder. So I've found some rope and I'm just feeding that through the funnel and tying a knot on the underside. So let's see how it works. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you found it useful, please like and comment below. Check out my other videos and support this channel by subscribing. As always, thanks for watching and happy potting.